Avriel, aka the Closure Queen, the owner of HBA Beauty Salon and Raw Labels Hair Extensions. And I'm here with Shakia Danielle, and we're on the rise.
Good night, everyone. I'm here with Avriel Newton. She's trying to confuse me because all my life I know her as Ava Newton. But today she's HBA Beauty. And for those of you who've come in contact with her hair extensions, Raw Label hair extensions, and for those of you who have seen her work online, you would definitely know why I had to just let her be on the show and tell us about herself. So Ava, nice having you. And tell us about yourself.
Well, my name is Avriel, but everyone knows me as Avery. I am a 23-year-old entrepreneur slash hairstylist, and I've been doing this for approximately 6-7 years. I am from Andros, and I moved here after high school, went into COB, and my goal was to pursue finance, and I started off just like a regular college kid. Me and my sisters lived together, so you know, your girl was balling on a budget, and you know, always was into beauty and hair, makeup, nails. That was always my thing. I grew up in a family with a lot of girls, 4 sisters, so that was always our thing. And like I said, college kid, balling on a budget. I always did my own hair. So heading into COB, doing my own extensions, my friends started, they were like, who did your hair? Who did your hair? Everyone wanted to know who did my hair. And when I would say me, they would be so surprised and so shocked. And I think it was heading into my 2nd semester, I had a girl, me and her, we had a class together. She was like, who does your hair extensions? I'm like, I do it myself. So she said, can you do mine? I was like, okay, no problem. So I did her hair on my off days, which was usually Friday and Saturdays. And it just caught on. So she started to tell her friends, then her friends started to tell their friends, and then it just became a thing. So being a hairstylist definitely was not planned. So I always call it a blessing. And I've just been doing my thing since then.
Excellent.
Yes.
So how did you, I guess there came a point in time where the doing the hair extensions and the finance homework kind of clashed. So how did you make that decision to let one side go and pursue the next side wholeheartedly?
Well, honestly, when I got into hair, like really got into it, I was kind of surprised about how passionate I was about it, and definitely my love for it began to grow. And I was just as shocked as everyone when I opened up my social media page and person started blasting me, talking a lot about me, and I'm like, me, little old me, you know, I was like really surprised that I can't believe this thing has taken off the way it did. And I sat down one day and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna make this my life. This is what I'm gonna do. And for a whole semester, honestly, I pretended to go to COP, but I was not going.
Serious? So hold on, I know her parents, like I know them.
You know.
So what Miss Newton say?
Oh my God, can you imagine?
Miss Newton, what you say?
Not even my mom, my dad, he was.
Oh, Miss Newton, what you say? Because I know you too. What you say?
He was not for it at all.
Why you
Can
just
you
didn't say,
imagine,
mommy, daddy, I didn't. So,
it's not that
But hold
simple.
on.
You know my parents, it's not that simple.
but your mommy liked to lecture. So what she say?
Both of them, they had we sat down, we talked about it. I didn't send you up here for this. I sent you up to, you know.
You're getting distracted.
Right, you know we all about education. I sent you up here to get a degree, They were on me. They were not excited about it at all.
So you pretended to go to
whole
school. Like
semester.
you just didn't say, mommy, I don't want to do it.
I got dressed in the morning time, headed out to go to school, and never went.
They was paying the school fees while you did
I was
it?
on a scholarship.
Oh.
So,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
And it got to the point where I'm like, you know what? I have to face them and let them know that this is what I want to do. And after a while, they got used to it. And they saw the benefits, and they saw my dedication, and they saw my love for it. So they understood that, hey, she's taking this seriously. You know, she's serious about this. And then I started to make my little cash on the side. So they no longer had to take care of me financially.
I guess that's when Daddy let it go.
Oh, how you know so well? He's like, you know what, this girl can take care of herself. Like,
yeah, not to worry about putting money.
No.
Yeah.
So
Daddy's kind of like that.
So he was definitely, when they saw that, how disciplined I became and how serious I was about it, they were like behind me full force.
Okay, so you stopped going to COB. You started seeing persons on the side. This was like a permanent thing. This was something that you wanted to invest your time and energy in. And now it's time for you to invest your money into this thing too.
Definitely.
Did you pursue any professional training, or was this just a knack?
Honestly, starting off, it was just something I did. No training, no schooling. I think YouTube was definitely my best friend. I learned a lot of things on YouTube.
Is
I mean, it's a college in itself.
Exactly.
It teaches you everything you need to know.
It definitely does.
And that's basically where I started. YouTube, and practice. Trying new things, not being afraid to, go out there.
And then when you naturally have a hand for something, you have a hand for something.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I always tell persons, I say, must have been this is really what I was put here to do. Is definitely my gift, because like I said, it was not my intentions to be a hairstylist. That was not my goals. But when I did it, the love was there and it just came just like that.
And your clientele started to build and
Definitely.
everything.
Well, of course, with the help of social media. And then before I even took it very seriously, I was always involved in social media. So I was always out there, and that definitely helped with pushing my businesses and my all the things that I was interested in doing. Like, it definitely put everything out there. Social media was definitely a major help in my business. Yep.
So you also have a hair extension line called Raw Labels Hair Extension. How did you come up with the name Raw Labels? Why Raw Labels?
Honestly, me and my sister, we were sitting down in bed one night and we was just going through names, and I was like, labels, that sounds fancy, And the brand has a lot to do with luxury. That's
you know why I'm laughing, right?
Why?
I remember one time, let me just tell that everybody know. Me and her older sister are real good friends.
Yes.
And I remember one time, we have like 30 different business ideas written out on paper. And I remember one time, we was in y'all apartment, you was doing somebody hair out front. And we was discussing this big business that we wanted to start, some hair and beauty business. And you had to come in the room and say, guys, y'all getting kind of loud.
You're kidding me?
So we said, man, let's bring Ava in. Ava would bring all the business, all the people. She could do the weaving and everything. And so she wanted to approach you about it, and she approached you about it. And she came back and she said, no, she said she's just going to do her own thing.
That has always, Shakia, that has always been me.
You just want to do your own thing, but you're successful. So, back to how did you come up with the name Raw Labels? And just tell us about Raw Labels.
Yeah, so basically, like I said, me and my sister, we were sitting, I can almost call her my business partner, because she's been hand-in-hand with me from the start. So we were sitting in the bed and we were just throwing out names out there. So I said labels. She's like, okay, labels sound good. That sound fancy. That sound high-end. And then we started putting colors, pink labels. I said, that sounds something I've heard before. And then she's like, you do plan to carry raw hair extensions, right? I'm like, yes, that's the thing. She was like, what about raw labels? And I was like, ooh, it has a ring to it, And that's basically how we got the name. But Raw Labels Hair Extensions is fairly new. We launched May 1st, 2018.
Oh, really? But I feel like y'all been around so long.
No, it's definitely been a work in progress. I've been definitely working on this, I can say, between 3 to 4 years. So it's been in the making. It's definitely been in the making. And I officially launched it, like I said, May 1st. And we specialize in high-end hair extensions, virgin and raw. And we also plan to branch off into wigs, and we definitely supply closures and frontals. So it's fairly new, and we're just trying to get it out there. But definitely best hair extensions in the Bahamas. So you gotta try it, get on board.
But Ava, I have to ask, and I'm just being the devil's advocate here.
No problem.
Man, I could go online and order my own hair, or I can pick somebody who's been in the industry a little bit longer. Why would I choose Raw Labels versus going on that famous Chinese website that everybody knows to order their hair?
Well, with Raw Labels Hair Extensions, you are guaranteed top quality. So it's not like it's not a trial. It's not, you're not gonna go on. I was about
to say, because sometimes you get bad batches.
Listen,
like for those of us who order hair all the time, you get bad batches of hair. Yes. You do.
Definitely. So honestly, when you're ordering online, it's a risk. It's a gamble. Whereas with Raw Labels Hair Extensions, we can guarantee you this hair extension is gonna last you 2 to 3 years. You won't have no tangling, no shedding. You can dye, color. You can do anything with it, and it works for you. You don't have to put it into work. It works for you.
Wonderful, because
Yes.
a lot of people they start to wear weave when they want something that's like low maintenance. They just want to
Definitely.
put it in their hair. They don't want to have to take care of the hair. You know, like they just want the hair to take care of them. Basically.
Definitely, and that's why we offer many textures. We, like I said, we have the virgin and the raw hair extensions. A lot of persons are not familiar with the raw hair extensions. It's basically as pure as hair can get. So it's straight from the donor on the weft. So it definitely has more of a natural look, and it also lasts a whole lot longer. So that's something that we also pride ourselves in, that we're the only hair extensions company in the Bahamas that offers raw hair extensions.
Excellent,
Yes.
excellent.
Yes.
So tell us about some of the clients that you have had. What, you know, I'm sure every client experience is unique.
Yes, definitely.
So tell us about some of your clients, the type of persons that you cater to, you know, because everybody has their own individual target market.
Definitely.
So tell us about the people that you cater to, if it's college students, if it's persons in your age bracket, is it corporate Bahamas, you know, is it pink, yellow, and green,
Right.
rooftop on the head?
Right.
Like, tell us about the type of people that you cater to.
Honestly, as it relates to age, I would say all ages, all women. But one thing that we are known for in our style is we create a very natural appearance. So we try to make your extensions look like yours.
Okay.
So when they see you, they're gonna be second guessing, that's your hair. So that is basically our style. With whatever we do, like most persons know me for closure installs. They call me the closure queen.
The closure queen,
So,
exactly.
Even with the closure installs, our goal, we want it to look as natural as possible. So that is our style. So we usually attract women who are into softer hairstyles or something that, you know, like I said, looks more like them. And honestly, all walks of life.
Okay.
College kids, we got the corporate, we got the doctors, we got the everybody.
Wow.
I'm telling you, I meet
Okay.
them all. I meet them all. So
I'm sure.
entrepreneurs, just everyone.
So mommy and daddy is proud now.
My biggest fans, especially my daddy, the worst
Daddy,
yes,
really?
Like, oh, girl, he gets excited.
You know,
Every other day. How many clients you had this week?
No,
he gets so excited.
but you know why? It all started, I can guarantee you, with daddies, it all started when you could start taking care of
Oh my
yourself.
God, can you imagine? I think that's what it was for real, for real.
Yeah.
But definitely, he's my biggest fan. Like he gets as excited as I do. When I talk about my business, like I can see the excitement inside. So he's definitely one of my biggest fans.
That is so nice to hear,
Yes.
you know, and how you started from the bottom up.
Oh, definitely.
You put your work into your hair extensions
Oh,
line,
yeah.
you attracted the clients, you started doing it on the side, and now it's a real live investment that you're just growing and growing and growing.
It's definitely a brand that I want to be able to stand on its own. So I've kind of almost pushed myself to the back. Because at the beginning, I was the company, like my face sold the company. And now I want to take the brand to a totally different level. So I kind of step back and allow the brand to stand on its own. So it's definitely something that I'm working on. And the future is, I'm excited for the future. Like we got a lot of big things coming.
Speaking of branding, let's just touch on that a little bit.
No problem.
What do you think about, or I should say, what advice would you give to somebody who wants to brand themselves and brand their business? I'm sure it's something that you take very seriously, but what type of effort goes into that? Like, what is branding HBA Beauty to you?
Okay, definitely the advice I would give them, first of all, what you want to do, you want to tell your audience who you are, and then you sell it. So you don't allow a person to tell you who you are. You tell them, I am so and so, and then you sell it. Another thing that I would tell them is discipline. That is like the hardest thing I had to learn. Once you can discipline yourself to meet deadlines, be responsible.
Not procrastinating.
Oh my God.
Procrastination.
It kills.
It is the biggest thing when you're trying to do something on your own.
It's a killer.
Oh, I could do it tomorrow.
And that's
I could do it at 5 o'clock. Oh, I could do it at 6 o'clock. Procrastination
is a killer. And then when you're responsible for yourself, and what I mean by that is that you don't have a boss telling you you have to come to work at 9 a.m.
Right.
You understand, when you're responsible for yourself, that is when you really have to be disciplined. And that is once you master that, you can sell yourself anywhere and you can make it. Once you master discipline, I think you got it.
So look into the camera when you answer this last question, because I think you've given us, she already looking into the camera. I think you've given us such, it's a well of advice. It's a fountain of, you know what I'm trying to say. So I think that you've given us so much information and, you know, such good food that we can
Thank you.
just really think on and
you.
just go forth on. So
Definitely.
look into the camera and answer this question for me. Would you say that HBA Beauty together with Raw Labeled Hair Extension is on the rise for the rest of 2018 and definitely going into 2019?
Definitely. Well, I'm Avery, aka the Closure Queen, in conjunction with HBA Beauty and Raw Labeled Hair Extensions, and we are definitely on the rise.
Back to wrap, guys.